position. What a nail! As Jonathan Bostic just separated Mike Willie from the football.
All right, you already know what it is. It's Fourth Quarter Boys Sports. It's me, the illustrious one, Professor Lake. And it's been a long time. It's been a long off season. We're still going through it. You know, guys, I had to take a break. And honestly, that Bears season was so satisfying. I was okay with just watching the off-season moves play out, just seeing what the Bears were going to do. And, now I'm back. I had to address the NFL Draft 2019. And we're going to jump into it. But before I do, you know what I do right around this time. It is Fourth Quarter Boys Sports. I am your illustrious host, Professor Lake. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Chill. Be a Fourth Quarter Boy for life. Hit that notification bell. Let's jump right into it. So tonight is the night. The NFL Draft is finally here. Unfortunately for the Chicago Bears, there is no first round pick. There is no second round pick. And what that does is decreases the chances of getting that impact player that's going to affect your defense and your offense positively, similar to players like Anthony Miller and Roquan Smith. What we received for our first round pick was Khalil Mack. That was great, and I'm cool with that. I don't need the excitement of wondering what rookie is coming out that's going to bring our team to the next level when we got a Khalil Mack, and he did that last season, and we're going to have him for a few more seasons as well. Then you got to think about the Anthony Miller second round pick that we picked up. Definitely a guy that helped out Mitchell Trubisky, scored some touchdowns for the Bears, and I just like his energy, and I think the arrow is pointing up for that guy. So I'm satisfied, not complaining. But when you move into the third round, what it does is it causes the Bears to really have to maximize what they could get with this third round pick. Going into my mock draft, a lot of guys want to go running back, and I know that we traded Jordan Howard, and I like Jordan Howard a lot. You guys know that. But now with one star running back down, we do need to draft a running back. But here's why I deviate from the norm and where I think the Bears should go with this third round pick. All right? So in the third round, the 87th pick overall, I have the Chicago Bears picking up DeAndre Walker, outside linebacker out of Georgia. He's 6'2", 251 pounds. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.6 seconds. Last season, he had 45 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss, 7.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. Now, my opinion of Mr. Walker is that he reminds me a lot of Leonard Floyd when it comes to his ball get-off and his long limbs. The guy has long arms. He bats a lot of balls down in the short passing game. You'll see that if you look at some of the tape. What I also like about DeAndre Walker is that he's a thicker version of Leonard Floyd. The size and the thickness that you want Leonard Floyd to put on, DeAndre Walker comes in the door with that. Now, do I think he's better than Leonard Floyd at this time? No, I'm not saying that. But I definitely think that he could be a great rotational piece, a guy that can take some reps from the beginning of the season, okay? And definitely could, do something disruptive in the passing game for the Chicago Bears. So, in the third round, again, I got the Chicago Bears taking outside linebacker out of Georgia, DeAndre Walker. Now, in the fourth round, this is where I go running back. There's a lot of guys out there saying that the Bears should have drafted Darrell Henderson. And if he was available, I would have went running back. But I just don't think Darrell Henderson would be available for the Bears in the third round. Not with teams like the Green Bay Packers having multiple first-round picks and a boatload of picks this draft. That's just an area of need for the Green Bay Packers. And I can see them going for a guy like Darrell Henderson. So what does that leave us? It doesn't mean that we can't find us a good running back. I think this running back class is A little shaky when it comes to guys that just pop off the film and are stars. Most of these guys are under 6 feet tall. They're about 198 to 215 pounds. This is the new era of running backs, guys that can get out there with one cut and take it the distance, guys who could be used in the passing game. So, not to get too long-winded, but in the 4th round, I got the Chicago Bears selecting running back out of Ohio State, Mike Weber, and that'll be at the 126th pick. Now, what I like about Weber is that he's one of these one-cut running backs. You know, he sees a hole, he gets through the hole, and he breaks free in the open field. He has really good speed compared to a lot of the other running backs in this draft. So Mike Weber, he's 5'10", 211 pounds. I think that's pretty decent size when you compare it to some of the other running backs that they do have in this class. He ran the 40 in 4.47 seconds. In the combine, they say he showed a lot of skill in running the routes and catching the ball. So I think that's something that Matt Nagy values. So I think he could fit right in. I think the replacement for Jordan Howard is Mike Davis, the running back that we picked up in free agency. I think that Mike Weber is the type of running back that you put into a running back of committee sort of system. He's definitely one of the running backs that played against NFL competition while he was in college. So I think he's battle tested. And again, you know, that 40 time is something that I think Matt Nagy values as well. Speed all over the field. So it creates a lot of mismatches. So again, in the 4th round, I got the Chicago Bears selecting Mike Weber, running back out of Ohio State. For the 5th round draft pick, you know, this is where I've always felt they should have picked Adam Shaheen. So, you know, I'm going tight end. I think they need some quality depth at that position as well. And with the way that Trey Burton kind of folded up on us in the playoff game, I think that we need to add some talent to that position. And where I'm going with this is San Jose State. Josh Oliver, tight end out of San Jose State, the 162nd pick overall. Josh Oliver, he's 6'4", 249 pounds. He ran the 40-yard dash in 4.63 seconds. Last season, he had 56 receptions for 709 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's a guy that I think can learn behind Trey Burton until he gets the offense in order. I think right now, stepping in, I think Josh Oliver can end up being better than Adam Shaheen. He needs to improve on his blocking, in my opinion, but that's not what you're drafting him for. You're drafting him for his ability to make big plays. He has pretty good hands, in my opinion. And I think in the 5th round, you're getting some really good value for that pick. And, you know, again, the theme of this draft is getting players that will be able to step in and take some reps if necessary. So with not having Adam Shaheen last season for multiple games, I think that we could have used an impact tight end outside of Trey Burton. I think a lot of times Trey Burton was a guy that defenses keyed on, and it would have been nice to have an alternative tight end that we would have been able to go to in the passing game. So again, in that 5th round, I got the Chicago Bears selecting tight end out of San Jose State, the 162nd pick overall, Josh Oliver, San Jose State. Going forward, the Bears don't have any 6th round draft pick this season, so we're going to jump to the 7th round. The first 7th round pick, I have the Chicago Bears going Saquon Hampton out of Rutgers, safety. What I like about Saquon Hampton is that he reminds me a lot of Adrian Amos. And if things don't work out with HaHa Clinton Dix, you know, you got a safety that's been able to learn the system and maybe compete for a starting role in the following season. I like his physicality. He's a good tackler. He plays the run game well. Saquon Hampton is 6'1", 206 pounds. He ran the 40 in 4.48 seconds, so definitely a guy that you possibly want on your special teams this first season. He did have some injuries, but I think maybe he could overcome that. Obviously, he's a good player because he was a 3-year contributor. He recorded 3 interceptions in 2018. Again, this is a depth piece. You want a guy that is at least athletic enough to step in there and play some reps if necessary. I think he'll be on the special teams if he's drafted in this position. But the main thing I like about him is his physicality. He's a good tackler. In the 7th round, the 222nd pick overall, I have the Chicago Bears selecting safety Saquon Hampton out of Rutgers. For the last pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select kicker Matt Gay out of Utah with the 238th pick overall. So it's simple. Matt Gay, he's a kicker out of Utah, 6'1", 220 pounds. He's 30 for 34. If it's a long range situation where you're in the 50-yard line range, you know, you got a chance with this guy. I think him and Cole Tracy are two of the best kickers coming out this year. But I think by drafting Matt Gay, you got a guy that's going to be able to start as your kicker. And in my opinion, I think it's just an improvement on what we had last year with Cody Parkey. I think that you're getting a reliable guy that can hit that long-range field goal. He definitely gives you a chance if that's where you're at. You know, we could have pulled out a couple games if we were able to hit some long-range field goals. So, to round off the 2019 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears, 238th pick overall, is kicker out of Utah, Matt Gay. So there it is. You know, I think these are some guys that could definitely step in and impact the Bears team on special teams, of course, as well as, you know, being able to be some guys that you can fit in the rotation and back up some of the guys that we have already. All right. So let me just run through it one more time. The Bears' 3rd round pick in my mock draft, I have them selecting DeAndre Walker, outside linebacker out of Georgia. In the 4th round, I have the Bears selecting running back out of Ohio State, Mike Weber. In the 5th round, I have the Chicago Bears selecting tight end Josh Oliver out of San Jose State. In the 7th round, we have 2 picks. The first of the 2 picks, I have the Chicago Bears selecting safety Saquon Hampton out of Rutgers. And the second of those 7th round picks, I have the Chicago Bears selecting kicker Matt Gay out of Utah. So let me know what you think. This is what I have for you guys for the NFL Draft 2019. You know, I've been looking at some of these guys in college, and I'm not really impressed by this draft class. I think there's about 12 to 15 guys that are legit. The rest of this draft is a soup bowl of guys that might be backups. You know, you might find a star here and there, a diamond in the rough, but I'm just not really impressed by this particular draft class. But with that in mind, you know, I'm interested in your opinions. Leave your comments in the comment section. And I'll touch back down with you guys in a little bit, man. You already know what it is. It's Fourth Quarter Boy Sports. I'm the illustrious one, Professor Lake. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Chill. Be a Fourth Quarter Boy for life. Hit that notification bell. I'll holler at you guys after the draft wrap up, man. We're going to recap it all, okay? Holla at your boy. I'm gone.
And this is, what a nail! As Jonathan Bostic just separated Mike Willie from the football.